This week, Texas began letting families know their students can get some of the first round of money of school vouchers. These Texas Education Freedom accounts, as they're known, will allow them to use taxpayer dollars to cover their kids' private school or costs related to homeschooling. One reporter tracking the progress of the rollout of this program is Jaden Edison with the Texas Tribune, and he is joining us again to share an update on it. Jaden, welcome back to the show. We always like having you here, so thanks for being with us.
Yeah, appreciate you for having me back.
Let's begin by talking about how many students are now getting these first notices about being able to get a voucher.
Right. So the first batch right now is roughly a little bit more than 42,000 students. And these are the students that the state has designated as the first priority. And so this group is going to comprise, families of students with disabilities who make up to a certain income threshold, right? And so, for example, for a family of four, just to give people a picture, that'll be about, up to roughly at $165,000 per year. And so the first group, it's just the first batch, and in coming weeks, there will be more families who receive notices as the state kind of works its way through the rest of the process.
I understand the state is also sharing some information about some of the breakdowns of this first group and who is a part of that. What stands out to you with that?
Yeah, it's fascinating because one, obviously, because this is the group is, primarily, I mean, it's mostly, almost all, students with disabilities and their siblings, right, is the exception there. So it's students with disabilities and their siblings. And so what we're seeing so far is, most of this group thus far, looks to be mostly families that the program considers low income. When you look at the demographic breakdown, these are mostly, white students, about 42% or so, give or take. And then we're also seeing too is most of these families have indicated that they obviously they want their kids to attend private school over the homeschool option, obviously, which is the alternative that comes with a lower funding amount. So that's fascinating. And obviously the one thing that people are going to be looking at is prior school enrollment, and what we're seeing so far in this first tier as it pertains to the award notices is that most of these families are families whose children previously attended public school, which is obviously different from the broader landscape as it relates to the application demographic breakdown that obviously we've reported and talked about before.
Absolutely. Well, coming up next week, I want to point out for people that the Texas Comptroller, who is overseeing this program, is set to conduct a lottery system. Who is eligible to be a part of that section?
Yeah, so important note there is that so thus far, the award notices have gone out to the first tier, right? And so now they're going to conduct a lottery for the second tier, which is going to be what the program considers low income families. So for a family of four, that's going to be roughly at or below about $66,000, per year. And so based on the way they worded it, it sounds like they're going to try to get through as much of that tier as they can, and then the remaining families are going to go on a wait list. And so, the one thing I want to note that's important though is that, the award notices does not equate to families being fully accepted into the program, right? That's not going to happen, particularly until families get accepted into a private school. And so while the data is interesting now, we're far from seeing kind of what the ultimate makeup of this program is going to be, because families have until July 15th to notify the Texas Comptroller of their enrollment plans. And so, there's a lot to be determined here, a lot more data points to come out, but this is certainly the early, indication that we have. And so we'll continue to see how it unfolds.
Yeah, another key deadline to point out with all of this. Now, we had talked previously about the program facing a legal challenge. What is the latest update with that?
Yeah, so the legal challenge you're talking about really pertains to Muslim families who sued the state over the exclusion of Islamic schools in the program. And so there's actually a court hearing set for tomorrow in Houston that will be the next phase, and we'll kind of hear arguments and kind of hear where that goes from now. It's notable that since that has happened, the Texas Comptroller went ahead and approved the Islamic schools that had applied to participate in the program. And so but certainly the lawyers and families want relief, because what they're saying is that they want to make sure that future families who apply to this program future Muslim families who want to participate and join and receive state funding to attend Islamic schools, are not discriminated against based on their religion. And so we'll see what happens, but certainly a big hearing coming up on that.
Absolutely. We'll look forward to your reporting about that tomorrow. But Jaden, if anybody out there wants to read his report, you can check out the Texas Tribune's website. Thanks again for being with us here today.
Yeah, appreciate you for having me. Take care.